Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Man, looks like Roberto froze up. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for joining us on another episode of Sitting Ringside, episode 209. We have a very special guest joining us tonight, Roberto Villa.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had a quick glitch on the Matrix or in the Matrix, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, glitches are for bitches, bro.
What's up, y'all? This is episode number 209. As always, I am Robert Villa, and with me, Rudy Lara, Mark Ambu Miller, and Joey Jenrich. What's up, fellas?
What up?
What up? What up? Oh, you know, another Thursday night hanging out with the boys. We have our special co-host, Mr. Joey, filling in for Mr. David Rodriguez. He's out working right now. So,
I'm sorry, I ain't got no R's in my name for you to roll, dog.
It's all good. I'll make something up.
We'll call you Joey Rodriguez.
Yeah, there you go. Joey Rodriguez.
There you go. That sounds sexy.
Yeah, buddy. All right, guys. We have a packed show tonight. We have a fucking badass guest on our show tonight. If you've been living under a rock and don't know who this is, then
you've been living under a rock if you don't know who this is.
You've been living under a rock. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel sorry for you. We have Shannon the Cannon, Ritch. This guy is a legend in the sport. Can't wait to talk to him. He is ready to jump on. So let's make this quick. Quick shout out to HKA USA. Go to hkausa.com. Show your support to them as they show support to us and to fighters. Also to the streaming partners, Triller TV, Flow Combat, ESPN Plus, DAZN, and MMA TV. Also, if you guys want to get some awesome supplements, go to Foxhound Fuel, foxhoundfuel.com. You can click the QR code right there and get a good, healthy discount. 20% off every single purchase when you use our discount code FBMMA in all caps. Also, to the fellas who want to buy some very comfortable underwear, go to my boy's website, John Tyler, johntyler.com. Use our discount code also and click that QR code for 20% off your entire purchase. Fight book in all caps. Also, Rudy, who else is our one of our supporters?
One of our other sponsors is Shell Shock CBD. 10% off, FBMMA. They have some great products. One product that I really like to plug is the CBD lube. It's only $34.99. You might, I know what you might be thinking. You know, marijuana tends to, get me lazy. But this isn't marijuana, folks. This is CBD. It's going to make you last longer.
Shit, not me.
Wow. There's like 20 people that just scanned that.
Damn.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Amazing.
Let's go. Yeah, and you know what? A lot of our viewership is not from Facebook. It's from X. Which is
we've getting a ton of viewers from X.
Ton of viewers. Yeah,
I guess all our friends from Russia are finding us.
I cannot get Restream to connect to X to save my life.
Rudy, hook them up. You know what to do, man. Yeah, which is amazing. Yeah, we go live on Facebook and all the other platforms, but X is our number one platform that we get a lot of views, which is amazing. But if you want to comment.
Bro, our biggest online supporters before this war in Ukraine was Russia. out of OK.ru. We had like 3,000 viewers every single time we would broadcast.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
But I think they're finding us, bro. They're finding us on X.
Good.
So yeah, that's amazing. All right, let's do the quick rundown of the events that are happening this weekend. Let's start off first with the MMA, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai category. We have PFL 2, the 2024 regular season. Also streaming live on Fightbook MMA, the next 3 events: Fusion Fight League, Tommy McMillan versus Josh Wright. Our friends over there at AKA 36. And Rudy's favorite promotion, International Sumo League World Championship Sumo.
Hell yeah,
2.
baby. You know
And
who'll be doing live streaming of that is Michael Bisping. He does it.
Yep.
Nice.
Also, we have, of course, the big card, UFC 300. And in the boxing bare knuckle slap fighting championships, we have live on the Zone in Las Vegas. We have Jordan Gill versus Zelfa Barrett. And that's a 12-rounder in the junior lightweights. And we have a title fight, Ellie Scottney versus Segoline Lefebvre. They're fighting for Scottney's IBF women's junior featherweight title.
Women.
Lefebvre's, WBO women's junior featherweight title.
I'm genuinely surprised by that.
Yeah, man.
Because that didn't sound like women names.
The next title fight is Rhiannon Dixon versus Karen Elizabeth Carvajal.
Bro, why did you emphasize dick?
Swing.
They're fighting for the vacant WBO women's lightweight title. And over there, pretty much the neighbor of Rudy in Corpus Christi, Texas, live on ESPN Plus, Jared Anderson versus Riyad Murray. That's a 12-rounder in the heavyweight. That's the rundown for this weekend.
Hey, bro, you forgot the biggest one, UFC 300. The fuck is wrong with you? Did you?
I mentioned it.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Yes, sir, I did.
Maybe in a hiccup. Yeah.
3. No, I said one of the biggest cards that's going to happen this weekend is UFC 300.
Oh, well.
I got Jamal Hill in the upset, boy.
All right. Well, guys, UFC on ESPN Plus 98. Allen versus Curtis happened last weekend. What are you guys' thoughts on that card?
A lot of decisions.
What do you grade it?
He's a lot of decisions.
I would give it a 6.
Yeah. I'd give it a 6.
That's pretty fair. A 6, considering all the decisions that we had on that
8 out of
card.
12. 8 out of the 12 fights were decisions, so that was a lot.
It started off hot. It started off real hot. I think it was like two finishes, and then from there, no, it was actually 3 finishes, 2 KOs and submission, and then everything else was a decision.
Yeah.
This past weekend?
We got somebody joining us, folks.
Oh,
Roberto, who's joining us, Roberto?
We have Combat Sports legend, Mr. Shannon the Cannon Ritch.
Mr. Shannon Ritch. And just so you know, folks, I'm going to go ahead and read something off his Wikipedia page. He's an American professional mixed martial artist, boxer, grappler, professional wrestler, and kickboxer. Mixed martial arts competition. He's formerly King of the Cage middleweight champion, inaugural BKFC international heavyweight champion, and bare knuckle boxing professional competitor since 1998. Ritch has competed for M1 Global, Combate Americas, MFC, Shark Fights, Pancrase, Battle Arts, K1, BKFC, Pride, Rebel Fighting Championship, New Japan Pro Wrestling, King of the Cage, Gladiator Challenge, Heart Legacy Wrestling, and the WEC. My goodness, is there anything this man cannot do? He's also an actor, has over 158 MMA bouts. I think I don't even know how many kickboxing fights you've had, but it's insane, man. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
What up?
Shannon.
What an entrance, man. Is that it? That's all it says on Wikipedia?
There's a lot more, trust me.
I'm sure there's more that they couldn't fit on.
They ran out.
All I gotta
they ran out
say,
of room.
I was watching highlights of you today, and all I can say is fuck Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez, man, that guy's.
Oh,
I
weak
gave him
chin
a
head
chance.
ass.
Hey, I gave him a chance. He didn't want none, so whatever. He lied.
You've been fighting with since like 2 years or 3 years before the UFC, right?
I did. I started fighting in 1991. It was back then. It was bare knuckle fighting. No rules, no rounds, no weight classes, obviously. And we go down to Mexico, and they'd have the chicken fights and dog fights, and the people would fight. So I mean, yeah, since 1991, doing the Valley Tudo, no rules fighting. And then this thing came in 1993 called the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And I saw it on TV, man, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is this? I got to do this." So I found a way to get in around some UFC fighters, and lo and behold, they took me under their wing, and here we are.
What class?
yeah.
What weight class did you start out at?
Man, I used to fight at 155. I wasn't even 155. I was like 140 pounds, and the only weight class was 155, 170, 185, and 205, and then heavyweight, obviously. But yeah. At the beginning, there was 170, 205, and heavyweight. There wasn't even an 85 or a 55. So, yeah, it was tough. There was only 3 weight classes at one time when it first started.
Nice.
Wow, that's amazing, man. You're
Somebody's at the door.
Yeah, my dogs.
Shannon, we've been a huge fan of yours for the longest time, man. We've been following your career forever.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. So it was when I reached out and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna see if Shannon wants to jump on our podcast. And when you said yes, I was like, hell yes.
You guys did forget to mention that. Okay, so let me backtrack this. There was a guy who had actually more fights than me, but he's dead now, so we don't talk about him. So out of all the living fighters, literally, serious. Out of all the living MMA fighters in the world, I have the most fights out of any living fighter. And that was kind of cool because it didn't really recollect until John McCarthy, Big John, grabbed a hold of me one day. We're at a UFC, and he's like, "Shannon, so you're now number 1." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You have the most fights out of any living fighter." And I was like, "Wow, you're right, I do." So it's me, Dan Severn, then Travis, then Jeremy Horn. So it's kind of cool.
That's an insane statistic. Insane.
It is.
How does that
More
make you feel?
Fights. You know what? It's cool because it's legend status. You know what I mean? I didn't get to fight in the UFC, so when kids ask me, "Hey, are you a UFC fighter?" I say no. But I am a pride fighter. I fought everything else. MMA, I'm a legend. I've done it all. I've literally fought a who's who of MMA. Didn't always win, but dude, I got 32 titles, 8 world titles, bare knuckle boxing world title. I've put in my time. I paid my dues, and I paved the way for a lot of these other guys. I consider myself one of the first guys, that helped grow the sport because, guys like me and several others, when the pay-per-view stopped with the UFC, you got to remember there was a dark period that all the commissions were ready to shut it down here in Arizona.
Yep.
John McCain was threatening to arrest people. I mean, there was a time that if you fought MMA, or at the time it was NHB, no holds barred, if you fought, then they were going to arrest you and put you in jail. So, if it wasn't for guys like me and, a couple other guys, hey, man, the sport would have died. So I think all these new guys, or new school guys, should say, hey, thanks for all these old guys that helped pave the way for us.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, that's like you said, that's legend status on its own, for you being now number 1, which is, it's amazing, that you have all these fights under your belt and you're still continuing to fight. You're still fighting. You're still in phenomenal shape. And you have something coming up here pretty soon, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Tell us a little bit about that story, man.
So I got a phone call from Quentin Jackson, and Quentin said, "Hey, I'm gonna be fighting Shannon Briggs over in Qatar, in the Middle East. We're doing a 10-round boxing match. Would you like to fight on the card?" And I said, "Well, first of all, boxing, MMA, or what? Because I'm kind of done at MMA. My body's banged up." I said, "But I'll throw my hands." And he goes, "Yeah, we want you to box." I said, "Cool. Who would be the opponent?" He goes, "Well, there's a guy that fought on the Ultimate Fighter. His name is Daryl Schoonover. Would you like to fight him?" I said, "Absolutely, 100%. Let's go." So we're gonna fight June 8th in Qatar, in the Middle East, Doha, and I'm gonna be on the fight card. So I've been training at Old School Boxing here in Phoenix, Arizona, Literally like one of the only white guys in the gym. And man, it's a lot of fun, man. It got my love for fighting again. You know, I got that fire again. So I was walking around almost 240 pounds. I'm walking a lean 217 right now, just in shape, man. This is the best shape I've been in God, man, probably 20 years. So I'm in great shape right now. I'm ready to rock and roll. I got that fire again. I'm ready to go.
What's that regimen look like?
Man, it's strength and conditioning in the morning. You know, I got old man Billy is my coach. He's coached quite a few guys, and he does strength and conditioning. So old man Billy's my coach for that. And then I come home, I eat lunch, take a nap, I hang out, watch TV, do whatever, and then jump in the hot tub. The hot tub is great at my age. Gotta love the hot tub. And then I go to old school boxing in the afternoon. I do a couple hours in there. Usually do about 24, 26 rounds. And and it's a grind. I'll tell you, it's a grind. Up. Yeah, the cardio, man. The fat just fell off me, man. It's great. Having a good time.
Yeah, I got to do something, man. I'm 6'6", 315. I'm trying to get down to about 285.
Stop drinking beer.
All right, I'm out.
Stop drinking beer. That's what I did. It worked for me.
So we lost Joey.
Yeah, you guys did mention I was doing some acting, so I started.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, man, I got my SAG card. So, I started off doing some TV shows, Walker, Texas Ranger. Hats off to Carlos Machado. Carlos Machado is the one that got me into acting years ago. I do Walker, Texas Ranger. And then that transitioned to iCarly Numbers, Walker, CSI Las Vegas, Ultimate Soldier Challenge on History Channel, a bunch of TV shows. And then, I finally broke in and I got my SAG card, and now I'm a full-fledged actor. I do stunts, acting, and man, I've made 20 films already. I got about 9 more getting ready to come up this summer. I've worked with Mel Gibson, Mickey Rourke, Michael Jai White, Frank Grillo, Kevin Dillon, Bruce Willis. I mean, I've done some great stuff. Got a big show, big movie coming out with Mel Gibson. It's called Boneyard, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be ready to come out. But if you look on YouTube right now, or Tubi or Hulu or Netflix, there's one called The Commando and another one called A Day to Die. It's the second one, Bruce Willis
I saw that movie.
Yeah. So
I saw that. I saw that one. Yep.
Yeah, man. So I mean, these are no Academy Award movies, but guys, it's fun, man. Have a good time.
Hey, you're still in a movie, man.
Still in a movie,
you're acting with the greatest.
It is. It's kind of cool. I'm from Coolidge, Arizona. Go Bears. A little small town. We had 3 stoplights growing up. I wanted to be a movie star. Everybody wants to be a movie star growing up, and it's kind of cool. We get sit back. I was just watching TV the other day, and I was scrolling through Tubi, and I was like 4 of my movies are on there. It's kind of cool to be able to say, "Hey, look, there's a movie I made."
That's freaking awesome.
It's it's pretty interesting.
So I stopped watching for, I don't remember how many years though, but for the CSI, how is that? Because that used to be like my jam, man.
Yeah,
I used to watch CSI.
Man. That was a good one. Yeah, I used to like that. I got to be on an episode with a professional wrestler named Matt Wisey. He used to go by the name of Luther Reigns. Luther Reigns was the main guy, and it was a MMA-based type underground fighting. So I didn't really get to act too much. I got to play myself. But it was really cool. Soka was in it. A couple guys from the WWE were in it. So, that was a good time, man. They treated us really good.
Yeah. CSI, which was CSI Miami. That one, too. That one I used to watch.
I didn't like that one.
No.
No,
Las Vegas though. That one is the best.
Las Vegas was the shit now.
But what do you guys watch now? What's your seriously, man? We got 4 guys here. What's your go-to show now? I mean, does everybody have a show that you watch now?
I don't watch TV.
You don't watch TV at all?
I watch old shows just over and over now.
I used to watch a lot of TV, but then I had children. And then I sat down with my wife. I was like, "Hey, let's watch this Netflix show, The History of Bad Words." And the opening monologue was Nick Cage, and the first word they come out with is "fuck." And my daughter, she was barely learning to read, and we had the tendency of turning on the subtitles because the kids are loud. So she started.
You can't hear it without
turns
the
around
subtitles.
and she just says "fuck," and I was like, "Oh no, that's it." And then we tried watching another movie around her, and I think it was like The Exorcist or something, and she freaked out, and I was like, I can't watch movies around her. I can't watch TV. I just really don't watch TV anymore.
Oh my God. What about you guys?
I watch murder porn.
No, the last show I watched was the Lincoln
48,
Murder.
shit like that.
Man, my go-to is Survivor. I like watching Survivor. Farmer Wants a Wife and all the Housewives, man. Housewives on Bravo. I'm a Bravo guy, man. I love Housewives.
What?
Housewives of New Jersey.
I don't picture you watching
man.
Housewives.
You know what? Some of them are pretty funny though. There are some good ones. They are pretty funny.
There's drama. Well, I also forgot, man. I call this one show. It's called Under the Boat, but it's not really. That's what it's called. It's called Below Deck. So I like that.
Yeah,
that's actually a pretty cool show, man. You watch the guys up on the yacht and they're working on the yacht. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't miss my wife and I. That's our go-to show on Mondays after work because it airs Sundays. Yeah, Below Deck because it airs on Sundays really late.
Yeah.
So we'll watch it on Mondays when we get home. We'll have our dinner and watch Below Deck. We don't miss a single episode of any season of Below Deck.
Yeah, me too, man. That's how I am too.
Same with the Walking Dead.
No, I haven't gotten into
I'm
that.
still behind on Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, the new one with Michonne and Rick. We just
I haven't watched that at all. None of that crap.
Have y'all ever watched that show called Alone?
Alone? Yes,
where
that's a good show.
They take like 6 or 12 people and they drop them off in remote places in Canada, on this island off of Canada.
That sounds
Mark,
good.
Mark, this is right up your alley. And they just see how long.
I see that big
if they make it to, I think if they make it to 100 days, they get $1 million.
Oh my God!
Well, it's either you make it 100 days or you're the last one to
the
not
last
tap
one
out.
standing. Yep.
Are you naked and afraid, or are you?
No.
No,
you got
draws on.
Yeah,
I can do that, no problem.
Yeah, you have to survive using the environment. So you have to fish.
So
you have to. Yeah, it's crazy.
So before I got on the show, did you guys mention UFC 300? Did you guys talk about that?
No, not yet.
Not yet. We're going to.
I want to get back to the movies, man. What'd you think of Conor McGregor and the new?
Oh my God!
All right, you want truthful or you want me to be
truthful?
I'll be truthful.
Okay, man. I think Conor McGregor stole the show. I think he did a fantastic job in it. I think the movie
is everybody.
Hey, but look, I think that
was my favorite part, dude.
I think the movie itself was not. It was horrible. It obviously was not Roadhouse like the sequel. It was just a movie called Roadhouse.
Right.
They should have left it like that and not try to do a sequel at all.
They shouldn't have kept the original names from the original movie.
No,
should have been totally different characters.
When she walks in, the first thing she says is, "I have a roadhouse." What the hell is a roadhouse? You have a roadhouse? What is a roadhouse?
You have a bar.
Yeah,
Texas
I
Roadhouse.
have a bar. It's called Roadhouse. No, but I think
Texas Roadhouse.
Honestly, man, I think Conor McGregor did a fantastic job for his first movie. Man, he did great. I think they messed up and they should have let Chael Sonnen be the rich guy that was hiring everybody. Chael Sonnen would have killed that part. Chael Sonnen would have killed that part, man. Other than that, it was. I mean, it was obviously we all watched it. I mean, I wanted to see it because I'm a huge original Roadhouse fan. Probably seen that movie 1,000 times, but yeah. Conor did a great job. That's all I can say. I'm not.
It was a very entertaining movie.
Yeah,
very entertaining movie.
Better than I thought.
Yeah, it was better than I thought so too, man. I was pretty much not wanting to watch it until my wife was like, "Let's watch this movie." I was like, "All right," and I was like, "All right."
I was a bouncer for 10 years, so I was like, "Hell yeah, this is my movie."
The original
Roadhouse 2.
Yeah.
Better than Roadhouse 2. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
bro. I can say that I have one thing that these guys do not have. I've seen you fight, I think 4 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you fought at Extreme Shootout back in 1999. This was like when the UFC was taking off.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
It was a long time ago, man. And then again in 2001, like me and my friends, we would go to Blockbuster Video and look for all the old UFC tapes, Pride tapes. And when we found out, they were having an event like that down here, we went. I saw you.
Was that in McAllen, Texas?
McAllen and Mission. McAllen is the world's fattest city in America. 10 years in a row, folks. 10 years in a row. And get this, it got so fat that it absorbed the 2 cities next to it. So now Edinburgh and Mission, Texas are included in that statistic.
Down in McAllen, man, that was some crazy stuff because at that time it was still bare knuckle. We weren't we weren't using gloves at that time. Yeah, I fought down there a few times. Actually, I brought in Tito Ortiz when Tito was just first coming out, and I put Tito up on a huge billboard, and he had his first billboard because we put him up there. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah,
That's awesome, dude. That was a long time ago. McAllen, Texas.
Good times down there.
Wow.
And you won all those fights.
What's that?
You won all those fights.
I did win quite a few down there. Yeah, I actually I lost a couple too, but I did win. Actually, I won a tournament down there. I had to fight 3 times in one night. One time. That was pretty interesting.
So how old are you? Because I never looked that up.
How old am I? I got all these gray hairs. I do diet.
Bro. Come on now.
Hey, I shave them all.
I do diet up for the films, but
there you go.
I say I'm 23 years old with 30 years of experience.
There you go.
So I'm
50, I like that.
I'm 53, but I'm 23 years old with 30 years experience. So,
bro, you run circles around 23-year-olds.
Thank you, man. I spar with them every day, man. These guys, they could be my kids, man. They tell me I'm tough for an old man. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm 45 chasing 7-year-old twins. I know exactly how that
shit feels. Oh shit, Shannon. So, do you play golf?
I do play golf.
Oh, he's a huge golfer.
Man,
bro, can you not see what's going on in the back?
I was gonna say
we got a gut right now, man.
Who's in the leaderboard right now?
You've won several tournaments.
Oh, DeChambeau's up right now. He's
okay.
Yeah, DeChambeau.
Well, I play golf. I don't know if you can see my clubs right here in the back.
Ah, nice. There you go.
Yeah, I play a lot of golf, man.
Well, we should go play sometime. You guys ever come out to Arizona? We'll play right here at the 500 Club. It's one of the best courses in Arizona.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I have a buddy that so this is crazy. It's a small world, okay? My really, really good friend of mine, him and his wife live out in Arizona. They live close to it's not Flagstaff, it's the fancier city out there.
Scottsdale.
There you go. They live close by there. And he met your wife on Southwest Airlines because him and his wife are flight attendants.
Oh, awesome.
And he texted me. He's like, "Hey, do you know Shannon Ritch?" I'm like, "Do I know Shannon Ritch? Come on, bro." He's like, "Yeah, I worked with his wife." I was like, "Oh, that's freaking amazing."
What's his name?
John Hoffman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll let her know.
Yeah, let her know. He's a huge fan of yours, so he wanted me to say hi to you. So
yeah, it's
John Hoffman.
It's a small world, man. You go places,
it is.
You meet people, and someone knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool that so he's always inviting me to go out there to Arizona, to go play. So
come out, man. We'll go play.
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna let him know that you want to go play some golf, and
let's do it.
Yeah, man. We'll go play some 18, man, for sure.
Yeah. That'll be fun. I play for the VGA, which is the Veterans Golf Association. I've won I've won Arizona State Championships twice. I'm an avid golfer. I love golf, man. If I could play 3-4 days a week, I will.
Right on. What's your handicap right now?
Now it's probably at least like a 10. I was down 10. To a 7, but
wow.
I'm like a 10 now. I haven't played so much.
What's your handicap, Mark?
His right shoulder, my lower back.
I haven't played golfing forever. So I don't know.
You guys can only play a couple months out of the year in Canada. You guys
That's
snow
true.
all the time. What part of Canada are you in?
Niagara Falls.
New York area. Okay.
Yeah.
Come to Florida, baby. We can play golf all year round.
Where in Florida are you at?
Jacksonville.
Right on. I love Florida. Florida's a good spot.
Come on.
Yeah.
But my favorite place is Mexico. I love Mexico, man.
Mexico's just about 4 hours away from me. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Échale ganas, padre.
I love Cabo San Lucas. That's probably one of my favorite spots.
Cabo is so beautiful.
And right here in Arizona, 3-hour drive, we got Rocky Point, which is Puerto Peñasco. Such a nice place, man.
Yep.
It's a hidden gem, man. Not too many people know about it. It's really southern Arizona is what it is. Yep. Everybody from Arizona goes out on Puerto Peñasco. It's a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Puerto Peñasco, man, I've been there so many times. It's just like anytime we go to Arizona, we have to go there.
Dude, if you come out here, let's go to Puerto Peñasco, man. We'll go to Rocky Point, play golf there. They have a really nice course. Las Palomas Golf Course.
Yeah, I love Arizona.
Las Palomas Golf Resort is one of the best places down there.
I love Arizona, man. I've been out there a couple of times in the past few years, and every time I go, it's great. Scottsdale's great. Phoenix is good. It's a beautiful country, man. I love it.
Yeah, I stay away from Tucson, but everything else is a good spot.
Yep,
bro. Tucson is like the fucking armpit of.
Shut up! You're from New Mexico, Roberto.
No, Tucson is like it's like Southern California, dude.
Roberto lives next to John Jones.
Oh,
I do.
Are you serious?
Damn.
Yeah, he's like.
Did you see
probably about?
Man, you got to keep the dude out of trouble.
Did you see the cops the other night at his house?
Yes.
No, I did not. Come on, bro. I did not see it. I wanted.
Yes, you did. Don't lie, bro. You're the one who called him. You were like, "Hey,
you recorded it. Don't lie. You recorded
it. The cameraman.
He's assaulting some
people
trying to take his piss." He heard.
TMZ was right on the spot.
Yep.
No diddy.
Dang, Roberto was calling TMZ. Oh man.
I was. I sold everything, all the footage and the pictures to TMZ. So
gotcha.
No, John Jones actually lives like maybe 25, 30 minutes from where I live.
Well,
yeah.
Is that Albuquerque? You live in Albuquerque?
Albuquerque. Yep.
So,
I live in Rio Rancho.
Hey, I'll let you know because I'm supposed to make a movie out there. Me and Randy Couture.
Okay.
We're gonna be making a movie in New Mexico, so I'll let you know. I'll have you come out to the set. We'll hang out.
Oh hell yeah, man! Let me know. Is it gonna be in Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Because then that's because the Netflix. Is it with Netflix?
No, I'm not sure who's.
Okay.
I don't know who's putting it out. I just know that I got in touch, got contacted, and they're gonna start filming it out there probably in another month.
Bro,
okay.
I would love
well, let
to
me know,
fly
man.
out there and do some photographs of that.
Yeah,
hell yeah, yeah, man. Let
fun.
me know. Let me know, and I'll go out there and hang out, bro.
Okay,
that'll be fun. Lots of fun, man. I get to finally meet the legend here.
Legend, I ain't broke. I can buy a plane ticket. The hell.
Come on out.
Hey, do you get recognized out when you're out and about? A lot of people come up to you.
I do. It's really funny, man. Arizona, not so much, and this is where I live. But if I go like Texas, if I go to Canada, if I go to Japan, China, Russia, I get swarmed. Yeah, a lot of people know who I am, want my picture. It's funny, Hawaii. There's a lot of Japanese people that go to Hawaii. So I'll be on a beach in Hawaii and people will come up and ask me for my autograph and pictures and stuff. It's really
awesome,
cool.
Dude.
My wife and I were in Vegas one time and it was funny because the streets were packed. And I said, it's funny that no one has come up to me for a picture. And she's like, oh, you think you're famous. I go, no, it's just that sometimes usually happens. And not 2 seconds later, someone says, Shannon the Cannon.
There you go.
They wanted a picture. She goes, you planted them there. You planted them. I'm like, no, I didn't plant them there.
It was a plant.
Yeah, it was a plant. And then another guy, like 5 minutes later, another guy came up, Shannon the Cannon. So yeah, it's cool. And it's actually cool because it's nice to be important, but most important to be nice. And I'm always there to sign an autograph, take a picture, hang out with the kids. I do a lot of anti-bully assemblies. I go around the country talking to kids, and I'll always stop, take a picture, sign an autograph. Yeah, man. Not for the fans or nobody. You know what I mean? You don't got fans or nobody.
I was just gonna say that, man. You get these guys that are, UFC champs or, top 5, and they could give 2 shits about you. And it's like, dude, we're the ones that are paying your salary. If it wasn't for us and the fans and us doing the podcast, us having a website and publishing these articles and being so active on social media and putting your name out there, you ain't nothing without us.
Nothing without the fans and the media. Hey,
exactly.
I was in a place one time. It was here in Arizona, actually. It was a Rage in a Cage. Roland Serra was putting on a show. He had, get this, Anderson Silva, when he was the champion, came because he had a fighter from Brazil fighting on the card. There was a kid, I swear to God, the kid must have been 9, 10 years old. He had went home and got a printout of Anderson Silva's pictures, printed it out on his computer. He came up to Anderson and he says, will you sign this? Anderson, through his translator, said, I'll only sign for 10 grand. I'm not signing any pictures or nothing. I need 10 grand to sign. I looked at him and I'm like, wow, dude, I will not be your fan ever again. I don't care how good you are. That's a slap in the face if you won't sign for a kid. That was uncalled for. Yeah,
That's
man. When I saw it, I saw it with my own eyes.
That's
if I would
disappointing.
have heard that, I'll be like, you're bullshitting me. No, I saw it with my own eyes, and after that, I had no more respect for the guy. So,
man,
that's some
and
pretty dick shit.
Yeah.
I remember. So here in Albuquerque, we have a guy. His name is Mr. Chavez. We call him Karate Chavez, and he put on an event. This was like, maybe 26 years ago, something like that, when I had my last fight. And the one thing that always stuck to me was when he gathered all of us, in the locker room, and he said, "Look, you guys have to be a role model to the kids that are watching you out there. Be respectful. If they want to come up to you and say hi, say hi. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Stop what you're doing and say hi to these kids, because these kids see you as a movie star or as a hero, because you're in there in the cage putting it all on the line, and that's what these kids want to be when they grow up."
And you never know what kid you're gonna touch.
Exactly.
Not like
that's why
kids,
he says.
but what I'm saying is,
don't record that.
You can touch
Don't
their
record
life, man.
that.
There's something that you touch a spot in their life, change their life, man. You never know what kid you're gonna make a change in their life, where they're like, wow, you know what? That guy took the time out to talk to me, and you have that little one-on-one interaction, and those that could change their whole entire life,
Yeah,
sometimes it just takes that one little spark in a kid.
Absolutely. Yeah, some positive reinforcement. Let them know that you're there and that you're listening. You see them. Yeah.
I got a question.
For sure.
So, in the very beginning, when you were in fights, you said 91?
Yeah, 91.
So going into a fight, you didn't know jack shit about who you're fighting, the style, anything like that. Like, how would you do your homework on who you were fighting, or you just went and said, you know what, I'm just going to fucking win?
There was literally no homework on any fighter, because this is what happened. They'd have the chicken fights, the dog fights, and then by then I'm pretty much drunk or whatever. And then they would have the people would fight, and what they would do is, we were at Plaza de Toros in Nogales, and they would literally match you up. Hey, we got this gringo. Who wants to fight the gringo? Dude, 20 people raise their hand, and they just pick the guy. They come out and you fight. And it was usually a Hispanic boxer, and I was a wrestler. And I didn't know jiu-jitsu at the time, but I would wrestle, take them down, double leg, rear choke. I mean, that's what I did pretty much everybody I fought. And they eventually quit paying me because I was beating up all the guys.
Bro, I saw a highlight earlier. You did a damn kick to this dude's chin, and I think in 13 seconds. I'm like, holy shit.
So that was John Wood.
Dude just geeked up.
And in Texas. And that was a hook kick, lead leg hook kick.
Yes.
And if you go on the internet and you go MMA super kick, that's the first one that comes up. It's got like 200,000 views. It's me kicking John Wood in the head, knocking him out.
Yeah, the one I watched, they must have showed that bitch 3 times in a row, and that third one was in slow-mo. I said, they doing this dude dirty on here.
And that was on Inside MMA with Boss Rutan. So Boss at the time,
that was
the
Rutan, best
he said
show.
At the time, that was the best knockout he'd ever seen at the time.
I love that show.
That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool.
Right? Yeah, that show was pretty cool. After Access TV.
Yeah.
By the time you fought Sakuraba, you probably had film on him, right? Or kind of knew what he was about.
I knew a lot about him, but what people don't know is during that fight I had a broken leg. So if you watch that fight, or if you look at the pictures, you'll see tape all the way up to my knee, pretty much mid calf on both legs, because I had a fractured shin. And so I fought him with a broken leg, and end up getting leg locked with that broken leg. So that's what happens. But if it wasn't for Don Fry calling me up on my birthday, September 27th, and then we fought October 31st, Halloween night in Japan, main event. That's what changed my life, man. That literally launched me into the limelight and let me be Shannon the Cannon. I mean, without Sakuraba's fight, that was the highlight of my life, man. Fighting in front of 90,000 fans, and, dude. Fighting in Pride is the pinnacle, man. It's like the Super Bowl, World Series. Shit. And I fought 3 times in Pride. I fought 3 Pride fights, and had a great time, man. I love Japan. That launched me into doing pro wrestling.
What are some of your favorite fights?
Japan. Favorite fights. Oh man,
the ones that he won. Duh.
You know, even
what kind of question is that, Mark?
Guys, even fights that I lost were still fun. You know what I mean? I was that guy who would literally fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. That was my mantra. And for so long, promoters would call me up last minute, like 1 day notice, 3 days notice, 2 days notice. Shannon, our main event backed out. Can you come up and fight? Yeah, sure, I'll fight. I mean, that's literally how I fought so many times. You know,
that's how you got that record on.
Yeah.
Boy.
So
you never said no.
There was a guy named.
Hey, yeah,
there was
I got some time for that.
There was a promoter for Extreme Challenge. His name is Monty Cox. He had a fighter named Daryl Guthmiller. Now, Daryl Guthmiller was getting ready to go to the UFC. He was like 16-0. He was undefeated, 14-0, 16-0, something like that, undefeated. They brought me out because if he beat me, he was going to the UFC. So they were all hyped up on him. They knew that they were bringing me out to lose, and he was going to win. So we're the main event. We're going out to fight. I armbarred him in under a minute and blew his career. He actually retired after that fight. Never fought again. So
wow,
just depends on what day, which Shannon shows up. You either win or
lose. Shannon, the dream.
How many hype trains did you derail?
I've derailed several.
Is that a good feeling?
It is a good feeling, because
hell yeah,
I'm that guy that's totally. If you look at my record, shit, man, there's only 1 or 2 fights that went to the second round. Every fight was in the first round. You would either win by knockout, get knocked out, submission, or out. I mean, win, lose, or draw. I was there to fight for as long as I had it in me, and I gave the fans a fight. I mean, I was there to either knock you out or you knock me out, or I'm gonna submit you, you submit me. But it was not a boring. I've never had a boring fight. Let's put it that way. That's why promoters loved me. That's why they kept bringing me back, because they're like, watch this guy fight. You'll see why they call him the Cannon. The guy's he's just out there, man.
You shot out, baby. Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. So, am I best fighter? Absolutely not, man. I've got a ton of losses, but I got a ton of wins. So
yeah.
That's
I got another question. Question.
All right.
So all this shit coming out with they interviewing Holly Holm, and they're talking about this stuff that Ronda Rousey said in her book that she had coming off a concussion and blase that why isn't she considered the GOAT in women's MMA? What's your take on that?
I lost respect for Ronda Rousey when she lost her fight, went in the dressing room and said she was gonna kill herself. I know that there are several fighters that deal with mental issues, but that's not something you do. You don't quit. You don't say you're gonna kill yourself. That doesn't even make sense to me. So I mean, I know she's got demons, and I'm glad that she worked those out and she didn't kill herself, because that's just terrible. I hate suicide. I hate people that have mental disability, mental problems like that. Even myself. You have the highs of the highs and you have the lows of the lows, man. It's a roller coaster. But if you lose a fight and then you say you're gonna kill yourself, I got no respect for that, man.
My father, he committed suicide.
Yeah.
So when people talk about it, I was like, if you talk about it, you're full of shit. Because if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it.
Right. And usually you just do it or don't do it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm the same way with you. I lost a lot of respect for her and how she handled her first loss.
Right. Now, and let's talk about Ronda Rousey for a second.
Now, I did say in a comment that she might be the pioneer. She's definitely a pioneer in women's MMA. She definitely brought it to the forefront. She made Dana eat crow and said, there was never be women fighting in UFC. She proved that wrong. But Amanda Nunes will be the GOAT for a long time.
Until Kayla Harrison gets in there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mark my words, guys. Kayla Harrison's going to come and wreck that whole women's division. She's 16-1 right now. She's fighting Holly
she can
Holm.
wreck me. What's up?
And her first fight in the UFC, man. Come on. She's 16-1. She's coming in. Everybody's overlooking her. I'm telling you, man. Olympic judo gold medalist.
Yep.
You got to remember, Ronda Rousey was a bronze medalist.
Right.
Kayla is a gold medalist. It's a little bit different. But anyway, let's talk about Ronda real quick. If Ronda would have stayed doing what got her to the UFC and got her to all her wins, which is, let me get a hold of you, let me judo toss you, let me get you in an armbar, and just call it a day, nobody would have beat her. She would have been undefeated because nobody could stop her armbar. The thing that got in Ronda's head is Ronda's coach and everybody else said, Ronda, you got to box. You got to be a striker.
Edmund.
You got to be a striker. And that coach is a retard.
He is, dude. Big time.
Fraud.
Man.
So so she tried to box a boxer when she fought Holly Holm, and she got her head kicked off. So,
yep. I won a lot of money on that.
Oh my God, that was no good.
People doubted me.
My door.
Yeah,
yeah, that fight against Ronda, I predicted the round and how she was going to win on Tapology. And bro,
big money.
Damn, son.
Yes, sir.
Big money.
Man, I remember my wife and I, we were in Texas, in Houston, and we actually bought that pay-per-view because it was Holly Holm. Our heart is here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Sure.
And yeah, man, that was probably the only time I ever paid for a pay-per-view.
Dude, don't say that shit.
I know, right?
Alexis, don't record that.
We stream it.
Don't record that.
I'm just kidding.
No.
We beeped that up.
Guys, crazy.
What's funny is when Holly Holm won that fight, I said to my friend was watching it with me, I said, now you're gonna get to see Cupcake win the belt. I was like, because Cupcake Misha Tate ain't gonna give up on trying to get to the body. She's gonna try to take her to the ground, and that's exactly what happened to Holly Holm.
Yep.
Yeah, Misha was a wrestler, and Misha did what Misha does. It's wrestling.
Exactly.
A wrestler versus a boxer. She took Holly and beat her with wrestling. So
Exactly.
what did Holly do? Holly learned how to wrestle.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be an epic.
I'm looking. Since we talked about it, heck, I'm gonna bring it up. UFC 300. I'm looking at 2 fights: Holly Holm, Kayla Harrison. But my main event for me, because Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill, I'm not even interested in that fight, to be honest with you.
Oh.
My main event is Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway.
Oh yeah.
For me,
yes,
bro, that's going to be a bloody fight.
That's
who you got?
The main event.
Who you got?
Oh man, dude.
Everybody.
I
know who I got.
I love Justin Gaethje. He's from Arizona. I love the kid, but I'm gonna have to give it to Max Holloway. I like Max in this fight. Max is a hard guy to fight, and he has the same fighting style. He's got the same fighting style as Justin Gaethje. Justin's 25-4. Max is 25-7. But I just think Max is a better technician.
Yes, Max is a better boxer. He has better footwork, and that dude has a chin of iron.
And he has these kicks. If you watch him, what he does that 1-2 spinning back kick.
Yep.
He does that better than anybody in the MMA game.
Mm-hmm.
1-2 spinning back kick. Justin's. Here's how Justin should win if he were to do it, but he likes to put on the fight and put on the show. If Justin would wrestle, he would beat everybody. He would never lose because Justin is a stud wrestler, but he wants to just box.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
He's crazy, man.
I don't get it. He just wants
to put on the show. He's got Ronda coach.
Yeah, he does. But seriously, Justin Gaethje is a stud wrestler, and if he would use his wrestling, nobody would beat him. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I got Holloway. I think it's going to be a hard-fought decision. He's going to get the nod, and I expect a lot of blood.
A lot of blood, a lot of. I mean, both of them got a chin, dude. And another thing I like about it is they're both nonstop. Yep. If you look at the volume of punches that connect,
it's coming.
It's going to be high. It might be the highest that we've ever seen. It's going to be a good fight. And then, are you guys?
I'm excited to see Bo Nickel too.
That's what I was going to say, man. Bo Nickel 5-0, baby. He's going to fight Cody Brundage, who's 10-5. I'm going with Bo Nickel because why?
Bo Nickel,
wrestler. He's a stud wrestler. If Bo gets you down, you ain't getting up. That's
sir.
That's plain and simple. Bo's going to get you down. He's going to ride you, get the riding time. I'd love to see him throw some, but his wrestling is just too good. He's got really good.
Yeah,
I
think he's definitely going to win that. He is right now. Let me see the odds on that one. I know they're just insane odds.
It's got to be insane because he's 10. He's 5-0. He's undefeated. Yeah. So
he's a minus 2,500. Cody Brundage is sitting as a plus 1,100, and I expect those odds to get a little wider.
Well, you know what?
Tomorrow.
Just for fun, you should put 20 on Brundage. You might win.
Exactly. Imagine if he wins. I mean, he was supposed to lose his last 2 fights. He was on like on a 3-fight win streak, and then he won his last 2 fights.
Yeah, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm not in. What about the Chinese girls? The 2 Chinese girls are fighting each other.
Oh,
Wei
they look like fucking twins.
Yeah, Wei Li and Yang.
Right?
That's China and China.
The Chinese one's gonna win.
I'm betting on the Chinese girl.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think Wei Li Zhang is gonna destroy Shannon Yan. Yan has great hands. She's a great, she's a great striker, but her fight with Carla Esparza, she got exposed. I mean,
I said same thing.
She got ragdolled, man.
Yeah.
You know,
And-
I don't think she's learned enough ground game to match the intensity of Wiley Zhang. Wiley Zhang is just shooting the store.
And Wiley can wrestle, man. She's a stud wrestler. Yeah,
she's a hitter, man.
Yeah, she'll throw him. So yeah, it should be a good fight.
She fights like her life depends on it.
It probably does.
It probably does.
I'm just saying, probably does.
You know, the Chinese government probably like
they don't play
down
with
her.
Oh, Tabernacle, here we go.
You know,
you must win.
You must win.
I'm excited about
you must bring the belt back again.
I'm excited about Calvin Kattar and Aljo. Aljo moving up in weight. Calvin Kattar coming back after his freak injury.
Yeah,
that's going to be a fun fight.
That one should be pretty good. I actually, you know what, man? Almost all these fights look great. Like I mean, the matchmaking. I mean, the prelims could be main event could be prelims. I mean, they all look from the prelims to the main event.
Yeah,
I mean, it opens up with Figueiredo versus Cody Barbara.
That's what I was gonna say.
Cody Barbara.
That's gonna be a banger.
Cody is opening up the show, bro. Are you kidding me? That's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's what I was telling the fellas here. I was like, before we went live, I was like, 300 starting off with the banger. Davis and Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. I mean, come on.
Here, let me ask you this: how many fight bonuses are we going to see?
Woo!
This could be every
did you hear what Dana? Did you hear what Dana White's going to do?
They bumped it up to $300K.
300,000 for a fight bonus.
Fight bonuses.
No way.
Yes, sir.
300K. He announced it today.
Knockout submission.
It doesn't matter. If you got the bonuses, went up to 300K for just this special night.
Hey,
that's gonna make these guys
go out there exactly and put on a fucking show.
We're gonna get at least 5. We'll get at least 5.
Do you guys know if they're using the new MMA gloves?
They're going to. They announced. I think didn't they announce it today?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. They announced the gloves tomorrow, and they're expected to use them at UFC 300.
So they are going to use those. Yeah, those, I literally just saw those.
Yeah, I think it's tonight. I think they have their
what's the new design?
Yeah, I thought it was tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know, man.
All different colors. They got gold. They have gold ones. They're pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the Bellator and the Pride gloves because they curve and your fingers.
Yep.
Yeah. The UFC gloves are like this, so you get stuck in the eye. But Pride and Bellator, the glove was curved, so you didn't get fingered and get your eye poked.
Hey, so what do you think about Chris Weidman's win?
I think it was bullshit. I'll tell you right here. Look at me. It was bullshit. It should have been a no contest. It should either be a no contest. It should have been a no contest, or he should have got disqualified and let the other guy win.
Yes.
You can't poke a guy 4 times in the eye and say, "Oh, sorry guys, I win because I poked you in the eye."
Yeah.
I think that referee is horrible. That's the most horrible ref we have in the MMA.
Well,
need to get him out of there.
I think
is it the short little Brock Lesnar looking dude?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Cesar Almeida, who just won his fight in the last event, he called out Chris Weidman. I think that's probably going to happen, and that might be
his retirement fight.
Yeah, that is a retirement fight for sure.
Maybe. Just saying.
That's fun.
And then Jim Miller fighting on 300. He fought on 100, 200, now on 300.
Did you hear what he's going to do for 400?
What?
He's going to be the ring card girl.
Oh, I thought he was retiring.
Sorry, Jim.
So he's going to be in all of them.
He's going to be in all of them.
4. Yeah. No, it's cool. Hey,
Jim Miller.
Yeah, Miller's tough, man. I think you got to give it to him, man. For longevity, the guy still gets out there and bangs. And I've never seen a boring Jim Miller fight. You know what I mean? He always comes banged, dude. So it's going to be cool.
What do you mean longevity? You're still fighting, bro.
I am still fighting, but I'm a rare guy, man. I'm not right, man. I'm something. I got beat up a lot as a kid, and then I found out that I could fight, and I liked it. And so I like to fight.
Like to fight.
But you can't even tell. I've talked to guys that, I mean, they sound punchy, man. They sound punchy. And
Joe Ritch.
Considering how many Joe Ritch. And it's crazy. I mean, just to hear that you've had like nearly 200 fights, probably more. That's insane, man.
Yeah, and I'm 26-3 bare knuckle. I got the current BKFC International Super Fight World Title. 26-3 with 26 wins by knockout.
Yes, sir.
And you can still form sentences. I can't understand a shit.
I appreciate
Diaz
that.
says.
That's crazy.
And Don Fry. I mean, I love Don Fry, but man, you can't understand a word he says. Hey, kid, what's going on?
That's Sean Strickland's dad. Little known fact.
They got to be related. I think they're related.
They have to be, man. They have to be related.
No, that's a bad analogy because
they could be related, dude. Their DNA probably is really
right.
I don't know. I just, we're just a bunch of guys talking here.
Hey, that's what this show is all about, bro.
You know what I'd like to do though is get some help. I'd like to advocate to Dana White to put me in the UFC Hall of Fame for the most MMA fights of any fighter. Because did I fight in UFC? No, but I fought in Pride, and UFC bought Pride. Yeah. So that gives me that connection. That gives me that link. And
absolutely, man.
I have more fights than anybody in the world, and I want to make that claim.
And you're gonna add one. You're gonna add one real soon.
Yeah, but that's boxing, so that's not
all right. It's another fight.
It is another fight.
So who got in that fight with Shannon Briggs and Rampage?
Well, I love Quentin to death.
But
look, man, if Quentin touches his chin, he'll put him to sleep. Quentin hits hard. A lot of people don't realize how hard Quentin hits. Watch his fight with Chuck Liddell. He put lights out, man. Chuck was in his prime, and Quentin knocked him out.
Oh, he did.
That we're talking about B.A. Baracus, 18.
Yep.
You can't mess with B.A., man.
So our friend of the show, and he was a co-host during COVID, Mr. David Potter. You got something going on with him, huh?
We'll see if that happens. If it happens, I'm smashing his face.
He said he's gonna slap your cheeks.
He's gonna slap my cheeks. Is that what he said?
He said he's gonna clap your legendary cheeks in Canada.
There you go.
Okay. What's this about?
There's a pro wrestling organization in Canada that I am currently the heavyweight champion for Heart Legacy Wrestling, and they're doing an event where I was supposed to have a match with Mark Coleman, but Mark got the fire incident, and then I got to fight with in Qatar, so I wasn't gonna be able to make it. And then they're really trying hard to put together a match with myself and David Potter. So if it happens, great. David, be careful what you wish for. That's all I say. David thinks pro wrestling is all fun and games, man, and it's fake. And
dude, guys, I did this for 20 years, bro.
Guys, let me tell you something about pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is fake because you kind of know who's going to win,
right?
But there's a lot that happens between when that bell rings and the bell rings. Let's put it that way. In between that time, there's a lot of shit that can happen, man. And
can I tell you a little story about something that happened to me in the independent scene?
Let's see.
Now I'm big as shit. I'm 6'6", 315.
Yeah.
I did a Royal. We did like a Royal Rumble type thing, right? And then I was in the main event. Well, by the time the main event happened, the damn referee was so nervous that he started drinking, right? So when he went out there, he ruined the final spot.
Oh my God.
And I'm sitting there, got to do pin for the 1, 2, 3 so we could take it home. And I'm sitting there looking at the referee. I'm going, count, mother, right?
Look, I'm sorry, bro. I was nervous.
As soon as it was done, I grabbed him by the back of the shirt. I dragged him in the back and beat the shit out of him.
And it wasn't fake.
No. When we got in the back, I was like, don't ever fucking drink on a card again.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry. I fucked up. I'm like, yeah. You fucked up big time because you made us look stupid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, people don't realize that it takes both wrestlers. It takes the referee. It takes the managers. It takes a lot of people to make that work. You know what I mean? There's something that makes it work, and to make a good performance, it takes everybody. If somebody's messing up, it doesn't look right.
Right.
Yeah. 100%.
And Mario Yamasaki was never the same again.
Ouch! Ouch! Oh,
fucking Rudy.
For those that don't know, Mario Yamasaki was voted most horrible referee in the UFC.
Trash.
You guys are mean. You guys are mean. You guys bullies, man.
Yeah, big time.
Bullies.
We are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What you talking
A
about?
boot?
I don't know what you're talking
I don't
about.
know
Just
what you're
keep,
talking about.
keep drinking your ginger ale.
He's drinking poutine through a straw.
Oh shit!
Hey,
Oh,
So wrestling
Peaky Blinder
runs.
looking ass.
Professional wrestling runs deep in my family. My uncle used to be in the lucha libre. He
Hell
was
yeah.
el demonio rojo. After we finish our podcast, I'll send you the picture of him and
nice.
in his mask and in his whole getup. I saw him wrestle. Let's see, probably about like 4 or 5 times. And I met a lot of the famous Mexican wrestlers. You know, you got Santos, Mil Máscaras, El Demonio Rojo.
Those
Nacho
cars.
Libre, Ramses.
Those cars, Junior.
Yeah. Mini Santos, the little midget Santos. Yeah, he was, man. Those guys
Little
can
people.
throw down.
Little
Chapo
people.
Guerrero.
Chapo Guerrero. Yee. Yeah, so
I wrestled with Chapo Guerrero.
nice.
And I was on the same card with Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
That was pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Right on.
Wrestled with the guy that was he's in the WWE now. He's a English guy. I don't even know who the hell he is, but we were on the same card in China, and he was just a big dickhead, man. I can't this guy was
William Regal.
That's him.
How did I know?
This guy was a dick, bro. Man, he was. I didn't like him, man.
He's the one that made Goldberg actually work and fuck Goldberg all the way up in WCW. Like, dude, this dude can't wrestle for shit.
Yeah, man. It was. We were in the back signing autographs when the promoter came out. He says, "Okay, man, sign the poster." So I went to sign the poster, and he goes, "Hey, usually the main event signs it first." Like, give a fuck, man. Just sign the damn poster.
Who cares?
That's great.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Shannon, so do you have kids?
I do. I have a son, man, 25 years old.
What does he think of his legend dad?
Man, he doesn't really talk about it, man.
No?
He's all into Star Wars, man. He likes the Mandalorian.
Right there, Rudy
Wars.
Lara.
I'm
Man,
a Star Wars fan.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm a huge Star Wars fan too. But my son is, man, he's into it, dude. He has the costume. He actually made it. He handmade this costume. His costume is better than the real Star Wars costumes. He is badass, man. So he just went to this big Comic-Con Star Wars thing in Florida. He does some really cool stuff, man. So this is my dream, man. I hope I can get on like a Mandalorian or a Star Wars film, and I bring him out there and let him.
That'd be awesome, dude.
That's what I want to do. That'd be
Shannon. Rudy needs to send you a picture of all his shit that he has, bro.
Oh,
you're gonna be amazed of all the Star Wars stuff.
Are you
Star Wars shrine?
Are you a Gargorgian fan? Those pig guys. They're pigs. They had the big clubs.
Oh,
the green pigs. Gargorgians.
Yeah. I like those guys. Yeah. They were the guards. They're the Gamorrean guards. They're in Jabba's palace.
So there was 2, and one of them died, and the other one is Barry Hanley. Barry's a good friend of mine, and Barry has the little action figures, man. I'll try to get you one.
No shit. That'd be awesome.
Try to get you one. Have him sign it for you. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I
got a damn Grogu tattooed on my calf. Now you got to send me a pig too, goddamn it.
Send me a picture of that.
Show it. Show it right now. Stand up and show it.
Send me a picture of that, man. I'll send that to Barry and be, look, Barry, this guy got a tattoo of you.
No, he has a tattoo of Grogu.
I got Grogu.
Baby Yoda.
Oh, Baby Yoda.
Yeah, Gamorrean guards are awesome.
You put the Baby Yoda on you? Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Baby Yoda on you?
Like the
This
first.
guy know you gay?
You try me if you want to.
I didn't know you gay.
I got three kids that prove otherwise, homeboy.
You know, I'm such a Star Wars fan that I named my kids Luke and Leia.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
You got me beat.
Luke and Leia.
Yep, Luke and Leia.
Where'd your Canadian guy go?
I don't know.
Probably
you get some Canadian bacon.
You guys don't let him talk. I mean, he guy hasn't talked too much.
He doesn't really talk too much.
He's shy.
He's kind of quiet. He's shy.
Gotta get some beer, eh?
We keep him around so we can bully him.
Yeah, drink some beer, eh? That's so funny that you saw me fight in McAllen, Texas, dude. That extreme shootout. That was
a
wild,
long time ago, dude. Me and my friends, I'm telling you, we used to watch. We would collect the UFC fights. We'd go all over the valley. You know, drive an hour away just to find these videos. And we started watching them, and we got real into it. So anytime there was an event around here, we would go. I got to see you. And I didn't think anything of it until later down the road. I was like, man, I've seen this guy fight.
What the hell's going on here?
That is too funny, man. That's awesome. It's pretty cool.
Mark, you got anything for Mr. Shannon here?
Alive or dead, a celebrity that you like to spend the day with.
What'd you say?
What?
Alive or dead, a celebrity that you like to spend the day with.
Are you trying to date this man? What the hell are you doing?
Did you say if I know a celebrity?
Okay, alive or dead, a celebrity that you would like to spend the day with.
Dead, a celebrity I would like to spend the day with. Oh man, I would like to spend the day with Donald Trump.
I would too.
And I would like to play golf with Donald Trump. I think that would be one heck of a time, man. Yeah, he probably would. Little short story is I'm sponsored by Battle Tested Equipment. They make crazy AR-15s, custom stuff for your AR, and he's really good friends with Don Jr. So Don Jr. came out to Arizona. We all went out shooting. We took out the Hummer and we're shooting. So I got to spend the day shooting with Donald Trump Jr. That was really cool.
That's awesome.
And then, side note, my wife is on a flight with his fiance, Guilfoyle, and they were talking, and she's like, "Oh, my husband's out shooting," and she goes, "Oh, my boyfriend's out shooting. Who's your boyfriend? Who's your husband?" Come to find out, it was me and Don Jr. and it was my wife and Guilfoyle. They were talking. The next day,
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, the next day we go to I don't know, some big rally out here, and then we're backstage with Kim Guilfoyle and Donald Trump Jr. We're backstage hanging out with them at Turning Point, and we go up on stage and we're all hanging out. Dude, it was really cool, man. It was really cool. But yeah, if I could hang out with somebody, I'd hang out with Donald Trump, man. I think Donald Trump is a cool guy. I've never met him. I'd really like to meet him. I know a lot of celebrities. I know a lot of so-called celebrities. Donald Trump, man, he's definitely the one for me.
Good question, Mark. I like that question, Mark.
That was a good one, Mark.
Yeah. So in the comments, our friend Anthony Gomez, he says, "Okay, in wrestling, this is to you, Shannon. What do you know about Santa Fe's bruiser Frank Brody?"
Bruiser Frank Brody. I don't really know too much about him, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know. I'm sorry about that. But I will look. But I'm gonna look him up. Bruiser Brody out of New Mexico. Yeah, I'm gonna look him up.
Bruiser Brody was a badass dude.
Was he a badass?
Yeah, he scared the Undertaker.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he was like 6'8", 6'9", probably 300 pounds. If you look up pictures, man, his face was scarred up, dude. He would do all the hardcore shit before it was hardcore.
Oh man,
but he ended up getting stabbed and killed in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, those guys are nuts. I just watched a big documentary on Farmer Burns, and that was some. I watched the thing on Gotch, Farmer Burns, all the catch can. That was some cool stuff, man. These guys back in the day were real wrestlers.
Yeah, they were.
Those guys were real wrestlers.
They lived their gimmick, boy.
They did, man, and that's the thing. They would actually be real wrestlers, and they pull up to a city and be like, "Okay, we'll wrestle anybody you got." So you never knew who you were going to wrestle. They'd bring somebody out. Heck, man, it was a shoot. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a work. It was a shoot. It was real.
You can go on YouTube and look up any story about Ming, and the stories about Ming are off the chain. That was like one dude you didn't fuck with. There's stories where he would poke them in the eye and hook their eye, pop their eye out,
Jesus,
bite their nose off. Like people would go to the bars. Like there's a bar right here by Jacksonville International Airport that a bunch of them used to hang out at. It was called the Max. Andre the Giant.
Oh man, that guy.
Flair, shit like that.
Andre.
People would come in and just think that they can damn go try them. Like, why would you do that? right? Buy them a beer. Say, hey man, thanks
Why
for
would
coming
you
to
do
town.
that?
Like next thing you know, you're missing an
Do
eyeball.
you know, do you
I
get
wouldn't
people
do
that try to challenge you out in public, like start shit with you?
I have, but usually I mean, this is what I say. I mean, to be honest, I tell people, I say, hey man, what do you do for a living? They're like, I drive a truck. I'm like, man, you know what? If I were to go in a truck right now and try to back it up and park it in that little tight spot, I bet I couldn't do it. I probably would wreck. But you do it. You can do it with your eyes closed because that's what you do for a living. I fight for a living. Are you sure this is what you want to do? And they usually are like, yeah, no. So,
if you're a truck driver, you ain't got the cardio to fight.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I try to stay away from fights and stuff, but if I gotta put my hands on somebody, I will.
Better watch it, Mark.
I just saw a reel on Instagram or something. They're interviewing Michael Bisping, and somebody said something about him getting an altercation in public. He's like, oh yeah, he's like, I got one in New Orleans. He's like, I was watching some kids playing with the drum, the upside down. Buckets playing drums. He said, the buckets. He's like, I got my phone out, I'm being a tourist. I'm watching with my wife, whatever. Dude jumps in my face, can't record. He's yeah, the fuck I can. It's a public. And gets in his face again. You can't record. The fuck I can. Yeah, right. So next thing you know, dude's like up in his face, and he's like, "Suck my dick." And he's like, "What?" See, the dude hits him. Right. He said he instantly starts laughing. He's like, "You talked all that shit, and you punched me, and that's all you got." He said he just looked at his wife and said, "Let's go." I'd have hit him back. I'm sorry.
Save that guy's life.
He did. Yeah, there's a difference when you're a fighter and you do that for a living versus some punk kid that thinks that they can fight and they've had their high school fights or whatever.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, it's your body is
different.
Different. It is very different.
And I have learned over the years, because I have a short fuse. So I've learned over the years kind of try to relax a little bit. I still will get into it, but I try not to. Let's put it that way. I try not to. I'm ex-military. I don't know if you guys knew that. I was ex-military. I spent some time in Iraq during the war. I was a bodyguard for the United States ambassador in Iraq.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I did bodyguard work for Colin Powell, County Rise Donald Rumsfeld. I do security for Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb. He's getting ready to run for Senate. So, I try not to get in trouble because, I got a badge and I carry a gun. Arizona, everybody has a gun. So, I mean, if you cross the line, pretty much you're going to be in a shootout. So
we might be crossing paths soon. I work for a nonprofit, and we have a new program down in my area helping veterans. It's a veterans assistance program. And, the company I work for is based out of Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
So they're looking to expand this program that we've started down here over there in Arizona. So if we do, it'd be great to to collaborate with you and get these people the help that they need.
You ever take them out to the range?
No, that's what we're going to be doing. We're looking to secure some funds to help with our mental program aspect of the program. Getting these guys enrolled into like a jiu-jitsu gym. Mental health, equestrian rides.
There's several gyms out here that give free training to veterans. You know what I
Right.
mean? So there's a lot you can do for that. I'm always down to help veterans. Anything I can do, I'll help you out. I know Randy Couture, he helps a lot of veterans out too. So I mean, the MMA community is, definitely supports the veterans.
Absolutely, that's awesome, man.
If there's anything I can do, let me know.
Absolutely.
I got a question that's not fight related.
All right.
You sound like a man's man.
I try to be.
What's sitting in the driveway?
Oh man,
bro!
Let's get into it, boy, because I'm a car guy. Let's go.
You're gonna take my man card.
Oh shit!
And I picked it out. My wife said I could have it. My wife said I could have a truck. I picked this out instead. I got the XT5 Cadillac, and the reason I got that is because my golf clubs fit in it really nice and neat. It's good on gas. But do I want the Raptor? I do want the Raptor. I want the Raptor. I want the Dodge Rebel. I'm looking at the Toyota Tundra. I want a big truck. I want to get rid of the Cadillac and drive a truck. But
I thought you were going to say something like, a Kia Sportage.
A Tesla.
I'm just glad you said it wasn't
A Tesla.
No, man.
Pinto.
No, man. I got the XT5 Cadillac, and I love it. I mean, it's
Is that
great.
the
It's a great
is that
car.
the little SUV?
Yeah, it's a little SUV Cadillac. Yeah, it's
You gotta
better
watch
than
out for
Mark's
those
ride.
headlights.
Mark
Those
rides
headlights
a
are
moose.
mofo to change.
a moose.
I don't ride a moose.
Let me ask you, Mark, have you ever rode a moose? You ever
No,
roped
I
one?
have not.
See, that's what I would try to do if I lived there, man. I try to rope a moose.
Bro, have you seen how big those things are?
They're huge,
amazing.
Man.
They're
Double size of a
huge.
horse. They're like a horse
Yep.
with horns. Like
They
a
would
horse
kill
with
me.
horns.
They're bigger than a horse.
Yeah, they're big. They're big. I'm not gonna lie.
Huge.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Hey, so we've touched a little bit on UFC 300. I think
Yeah.
it's time to talk about some outside the cage news, Roberto.
Yeah. Let's
Outside the Cage News.
Shannon, we always do an outside the cage news where we talk about things that are not fight related.
Okay.
And yeah, so Rudy's got some topics that we want to touch on.
Oh, I have some topics.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought this headline was crazy.
I have a topic too.
Okay.
So this first topic, it's let me see if I can share my screen just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Cicadas are nature's weirdos. They pee stronger than us, and an STD can turn them into zombies. What the fuck?
Jesus.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
What kind of shit do you
How do you,
look this up.
How do you find this?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
how do you
finds
find this?
me.
He was like, I gotta.
Of course it does.
I'm looking up
Of course.
STD cures, and they're talking
Look at
about
this shit.
cicadas.
There's a deadly STD, a fungus that turns cicadas into zombies and causes their private parts to fall off.
Wow.
There's going to be a lot of trans people
What?
eating cicadas.
I did not.
All right.
Damn.
Trillions of cicadas are set to emerge across the U.S. in the biggest invasion in centuries. So you're going to see a bunch of people in California eating these things by the handful.
It's a new delicacy.
New delicacy.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? What a story, bro.
That is pretty crazy.
What's your story?
Mine's really not a story. Mine is more or less a thought. Like, what do you think? I'll ask all four of you guys. There are people in the United States. They just had this big demonstration in New York, and they're chanting "Death to America." How does that make you feel, man?
I'll let you guys go first because you know me.
Death to America. That to me is dumb. That is the dumbest thing you could ever say living in this free country.
Thank you.
We have to. Man, I stress this so much that we have to practice and we have to continue to show and use our rights that are given to us. We have to, because if we don't use our rights, they're going to get taken away from us.
Absolutely.
It's just like a muscle. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it.
100%.
So you have to do it. People need to learn their constitutional rights. They need to read the Bill of Rights. There's so many ignorant people out there that get so pissed off of, let's just say, for example, you're out there public filming, like was Joey was saying, you know, or you're taking public pictures on a public sidewalk. People get pissed off, but yet as soon as you walk out the house, there's probably a Telsa right there recording you. There's a Ring camera across the street recording you.
Such a Mexican, Roberto.
I mean, come on, dude. But yeah, Death to America
like
is
my
the
wife.
most. It's the dumbest thing you could ever say. And if you don't like it, then get the fuck out of here and go somewhere else.
Look, America needs to be strong. America's strong.
Yes.
I mean, you got Democrats, you got Republicans, and I understand that they bicker and go back and forth, but we're still Americans. When you bring over these other people that come to America, then they start
illegally
"Death to America." Americans need to step up and kick the shit out of those people, man. We need to get them out of here. Because
the problem is when the government is telling you come to New York and we'll give you a debit card with $10,000 on it. You don't have to show an ID. You don't have to show That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
The problem is the leadership. The problem is the leadership and the leaders that are running this country and letting these people slide. A real leader would say, you know what? These people, I want them locked up and I want their green cards revoked and sent back to the hellhole that they came from. If you want to chant death to America, you're going to chant death to America from some third world country that you came from.
Now, my thing too is you can tell, and we've seen it during the COVID. California shut down, New York shut down. They were the last ones like really to open up. To me, and this is just my opinion. To me, it really feels like what they want is for people to be government assisted.
Of course,
they were trying to shut down the small 100%. Business and fund the corporations that are funded by the government. So they need that government handout to live off of. Where bring that fucking energy to Florida. We vibe different. Everybody down here has got a gun. Our mayor or our governor said you can open, no concealed weapons.
Yeah.
We were wide open during COVID.
Yeah, we're in Arizona. We're open carry and concealed weapons. You don't need a concealed carry. You can do it concealed or open carry. You're good to go. Guys, I go to the border. I've been to the border. I've seen it. I can tell you how to fix the border problem in one day. Right now, what happens is these people cross the border illegally. They sit there and they wait for the Border Patrol to pick them up. Yep. The Border Patrol picks them up. They take them to a place in Tucson, Arizona, because we're in the southern sector, and they process them. They process these people, and they give them a $2,500 gift card.
Yep.
They give them a cell phone, and then they give them an airline ticket anywhere they want to go. Now, how do you stop that? Well, you process those people, and you say, okay, you know what? We're going to process you. Here's your court date in 4 years. Go back to Mexico, and in 4 years you come back. Oh, you just turn them around. You turn them right around and put them back in Mexico.
Hearing the Mexican president Obrador saying that he's not going to do that. He doesn't care. He's trying to extort the United States and saying that he wants $3 billion for us for him to take any action. It's crazy because I remember back in the day in Mexico, if you tried to cross into Mexico illegally, they would shoot you. They would shoot you, and they just stopped doing that because the cartels they can.
Well,
make
right
a
now
profit.
the cartels are making so much money, having them pay to take them to America. So yeah, they're making more money trafficking people than they are selling drugs.
Yeah, and in my opinion, instead of spending all these billions of dollars in wars in other countries, I think we need to bring it down here. You know what? Invest that money into going after these cartels that are killing our people, bringing these illegals in over the border. That's what a real leader would do, but we don't have a real leader right now.
Dude, we just spent all this money on Ukraine, and now we're spending money on bridges. I mean, guys, we don't have money to spend. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Right.
So, I don't know. Anyway, that was just my thing. What do you guys think about people chanting death to America? That pisses me off. Being a veteran, especially I swore an oath. Foreign domestic, that oath stands forever. It's not just a time while I was in the military. That oath is forever. So when I hear that, it really pisses me off. If I were to see somebody burning an American flag or chanting death to America and I'm there, then I'm probably going to get arrested because I'm going to do something. I can't let that hang. I can't let that go by.
Did you know that the Biden administration shifted funds from veterans assistance programs and gave it to illegals? They kicked veterans out of their areas.
Yes, they did.
I heard the story that I think it was in Chicago or Illinois somewhere. They kicked the residents out of a housing area, which were veterans, and they were actually having to pay for it, pay for this housing, this low-income housing, and they gave it to illegals for free.
Right. Yeah,
that's crazy.
What they're doing. Yeah, they're taking over all the hotels. They're taking over school. Sometimes they're taking the kids out and letting the people go. It's just it's maddening. We need something to happen, guys. I don't know, but
I hate to see a lot of the veterans, being homeless, living in their cars or living in the streets, and then they get shit on, and the cops are over here trying to bully them. It's like, dude, these guys and gals fought for our fucking country. You're treating them this way. Like, come on, man.
I hate not only veterans being homeless, but anybody being homeless. This is America. Man.
For sure.
This is America. No one should be homeless in America. You know what I mean? If the homeless problem is out of control, and I think it's the mental state of a lot of people. We got to give mental health people. We got to do some more stuff for that to help people out. But man, it's you bring in these illegals and they get all these benefits, and I'm looking at around going, wait, what about us? What about Americans?
Right.
So,
Yeah,
it should be
crazy, man.
I know it sounds bad, but guys, it should be America first. America
Absolutely,
first.
100%.
Always.
This is
100%.
America.
It doesn't sound bad. The only people that sounds bad to are these psychotic people that have gotten their brains taken over by these STD-filled cicadas, man.
They're eating those cicadas, man. Those cicadas mess them up. That's right.
I mean, I went to Dallas, downtown Dallas, about 3 weeks ago, and it was just insane packed. I went around and every day I went out and I talked to the homeless people on the street, and asking them, hey, how did it get this bad? And they told me that they just built a shelter downtown right next to the bus station. I ran into this guy from Japan.
Oh,
he was asking me for, sir, do you have a blanket? I was like, I don't have a blanket, bro. Look at me. But he was telling me that he carries around a stick to protect himself from the people at the shelter. I told him, why don't you go down to the shelter? It's just down the street. He's like, no, that's where they do all the drugs. They beat me up. They bully me. They take my money.
Wow.
And I felt so bad, bro. I mean, this guy came from Japan. Japan's like one of the nicest places ever to land up in a shithole, homeless in Dallas, Texas.
That dude really had to make some fucking mistakes to be homeless in Jacksonville or in Florida, in America from Japan. Because those people are some of the smartest people in the damn world.
Yeah. But sad, man. I go down on the border and I'm running across the Chinese, the Middle East, and then Africans. We're getting so many people from Africa, man. I literally was just down there the other day and I got a video. I put it out and I went up there. It's like 20, 25 young, 18 to 25-year-old men, military age men, and they were wearing like fancy clothes too. It's like, I know for a fact you have not been walking for 60 days.
And it's crazy
how
little people actually know about what's going on. I've told people, the other day I took some people out to lunch and I started telling them about things that are going around in the world. I told them, did you know in the past 2 months, we've had more Chinese nationals cross through our southern border than in the past 4 years? Over 22,000 military-aged Chinese men crossing our southern border are getting released. And we're in a war with China right now, in case people didn't know. They were flying spy balloons through our fucking country last year. And you don't find that a little suspicious?
Now, those are the ones that were turned in, and those aren't the gotaways. Those aren't the ones that they don't know about.
Right. Exactly.
So let's double that number.
I don't know, man. Something big is going to happen. It's going to happen soon. It's election season.
My girl watches that show where shit's coming in from Mexico and they scan it and look for drugs and people hiding in the trunks. I'm like, I was like, babe, that's the shit that they want you to find.
Yeah, that's not the stuff that they did.
Big shipment is somewhere else going through. She's like, oh, I was like, yeah.
Dude, all the fentanyl in the United States comes right here from the southern border, man.
Yes, sir.
All of it.
Oh, yeah.
Right here by my house. So, huge problem with
I had a cousin down from that shit, man. That shit's taking over down here in the South.
It's taking over the whole world. I mean, the United States is just, it's bad. Man, I was watching this thing last night. They're talking about the fake medical, the fake drugs that they make. They look like real medicine, but it's fake.
Right.
It's not even real. And that's going to all the pharmacies in Mexico. So like American or the Canadians will come down to Mexico to buy medicine, the pharmaceuticals, and they're fake. They're not even real. They're like calcium, and it's supposed to be an antibiotic. Wow. Yeah, man. So it's crazy. I just watched this last night. Man, I was like, wow, that's.
And people don't understand that like 90% of the pharmaceuticals that we get are from China. So if we go to war with them and they cut that off, good luck.
Yeah. Now what are we gonna do?
Yeah. With all these, these fat obese people running around everywhere, everybody's dying of a heart attack, diabetes. Don't even get me started.
Well, I'm glad that I got on a podcast with some like-minded guys here. This is good. Good news.
Hey, yeah, that's what we're all about, man. We're not just about fighting and talking about stuff. This is our podcast, brother.
It's just five guys talking.
It's exactly it.
One time we had who
this ain't my podcast.
Who did we have? It was like the day after January 6th. It was Pat. Forget his name.
Pat Miletich?
Pat Miletich. There you go.
Oh yeah, Pat Miletich, man. I love Pat. Dude. Pat's
we got banned. We got banned after that.
You got banned after that?
Yeah, we had him on.
Yeah, we did.
Because he was there January 6th, and he wanted to. We got him on to talk about it, and then we got banned. We got banned just for talking about it. I'm surprised that the FBI didn't come and knock on our doors. That's insane.
You got banned for what?
For talking about January 6th.
Yeah.
Oh,
and what he saw.
Me and Scooter were talking about on my podcast. They said that we were they banned our live feed because it said that we had copyright music. My bitch, there was no music playing. But as soon as we talked about January 6th and blah blah blah, boom, they killed the feed.
Crazy stuff, man.
Yep. Yeah, I reached out. I reached out to Pat and I was like, "Hey, Pat, can you jump on the podcast right now and talk about what happened?" He's like, "Sure." And there we go. He jumped on, and it was insane, man. But yeah, Shannon, I mean, this is our podcast. Sitting ringside. It's not just all about fighting So all our guests, man, they love it. They want to return. They always text us, "Hey, can we come back?"
Yeah. So, well, you guys, so you guys let me know if you come to Arizona. We'll go shooting and we'll play golf.
Okay.
Man. We'll hang out.
Sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Can I get your contact information from Roberto so I can
absolutely have
you come on our podcast?
Let's do it.
Because I do the same. I use the same shit that they use for theirs to go. So you can just do it from your house, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Let's do it.
Right
Hell
on.
yeah.
All right, Mr. Shannon. Thank you so much, man, for hanging out with us. Really do appreciate it.
Good time.
This was a lot of fun. I can't wait to have you back on, man. We can get you back on after your fight in Qatar, and we can talk about that experience there.
All right, man. Sounds good. You guys be safe.
Hey, before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out, any sponsors, anybody, doesn't matter who it is.
BTE-USA.com. Battle tested equipment. If you guys want to look at cool AR-15s, cool stuff that you can add onto your AR-15, Battle Tested is the spot. You guys got to check them out. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. This is awesome.
What's your social medias?
Oh,
you got an Instagram, Facebook?
I do. It's at Shannon Ritch MMA.
At Shannon Ritch MMA.
RITCH Rich.
Yes.
So at ShannonRichMMA.com or at Shannon Ritch MMA. All right, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shannon the Cannon Ritch. Thank you, sir. Bro, that was awesome. That was epic.
Bro.
Legend.
Your boy coming through with another banger of a guest, man.
Dude, that's probably one of my favorite interviews, and we've done 209 of these shows, and I don't say that very often. That was awesome.
Dude, Mark, hey man, do you like long walks on the beach? If you had anybody you can have dinner with, who would it be?
If you could finger a moose, would you finger a moose in the butt or in the mouth?
Both of you can go fuck yourselves. Straight up, go fuck yourself.
Oh, Mark, we love you.
When you walk, don't you? Yeah, nasty.
What are you?
You're from Florida. Go fuck yourself.
No, sir.
How many elections have you fucked up? How many elections have your state fucked up? Exactly.
I know we're running out of time, but do you guys want to break down anything on UFC 300? We can do it real quick.
I got Jamal Hill upset.
Really, really quick.
All right, guys. First, you know what? We're going to grade the poster. I'm going to give this poster a -300 because it sucks ass.
Yes. I'm with you on that one. Horrible. This poster is garbage. But show them that we like
this. Bro. This is the poster that it should have been. They came out with a collector's edition shirt. I just bought it. I bought a hat and I bought the new UFC belt. I'm hoping to get it before the end of the week so I can wear it all and drink my UFC Prime energy drink at the same time.
Yeesh.
And actually, I had one in the fridge. I forgot to bring it out. So I guess I'm not a real fight fan today.
Have you ever tried that popcorn that's a sponsor for the UFC?
No.
Dude, it is good.
Yeah.
We watched it it was one of the pay-per-views. They're one of the major sponsors, but My wife, she ordered a whole damn box of them. I was like, okay.
Damn.
So if you get a chance to order something to try it, it's really good.
So starting off this card, it's a banger of a card. UFC 300. We have Davison Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. Davison Figueiredo is opening up at a -300 favorite. Won his last fight. Cody Garbrandt won his last 2 fights. A plus 240 underdog. 36-year-old going up against a 32-year-old. Who you got?
Figueiredo.
I got Figueiredo.
I got Cody.
I got Figueiredo with a second round finish. I think he's going to chop that leg of Cody Garbrandt and just beat the shit out of him. That's just my opinion.
You think Cody, if Cody does lose, you think he's done?
He's done.
He's done, bro. I think he'll retire.
And what better way to retire on one of the biggest cards in UFC history, UFC 300?
Yep.
I think we might see a couple of those tonight. You know, especially on the next one, Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. Bobby Green's opening up at a -190 favorite. Lost his last fight against Jalen Turner. Jim Miller is on a 2-fight win streak, looking to extend this to his 3rd fight in a row, plus 160 underdog. I mean, who you got on this one, guys?
Miller KO round 2.
KO? What the?
The future Hall of Famer, club and sub round 2. Miller.
Joey?
I got Bobby Green.
I got Bobby Green too, dude. I think Bobby Green has better hands, better. He's faster, and I don't know, man. I think he's probably going to finish Jim Miller.
Second round.
That's what I got.
Probably a TKO.
Up next, we've got Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Jessica Andrade -110. It's actually even -110 and -110. They both won their last fight. Who you got on this one, guys?
I'm gonna go with Marina.
I'm going Andrade.
I'm going Andrade.
I got Jessica. Yeah, same here. Round 2. TKO.
Ooh.
Yep, TKO.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with the decision. I don't know that she'll stop. Yeah, she might.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. Marina's got better striking, but Jessica definitely hits harder.
Yeah.
So next up, we got Jalen Turner versus Renato Money Moicano. Jalen Turner is a -225 favorite. Won his last fight. Money Moicano plus 185 underdog. Won his last 2 fights in a row. Who you got on this one, guys?
Turner by KO. Don't blink.
I hate to say it too. I agree.
Yep.
I think Jalen Turner is, man, he's on a hot streak. I mean, the only fights that he's lost recently were against Dan Hooker and Mateus Gamrot. Those are both split decisions.
Split decisions, yeah.
I love Money Moicano, and he's been doing great, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Jalen Turner's just he's bigger, he's taller, and
bro, he KO'd Bobby Green, bro. I mean, that says a lot.
Yes, sir.
Who you got, Joey?
Turner.
All right. Moving on to the next one. Sodiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopez. I haven't seen any Sadiq's UFC breakdowns. He hasn't done one in a while. But Sodiq Yusuff lost his last fight, plus 115 underdog. Diego Lopez on a 2-fight win streak, -140 favorite. Who you got on this one, guys?
I got Lopez submission 3rd round.
I don't really know these two, so I don't have an opinion on this one.
I got Lopez by submission.
Yeah, I'm going Diego Lopez submission 2nd round sub.
Nice.
Next up, we got Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. And this is, you know what? Holly Holm is a plus 340 underdog. Kayla Harrison's a -480 favorite. 16-1-0 against 15-6-0 Holly Holm. 42 years old versus a 33-year-old Kayla Harrison, who is expected to come in here and wreck shop. Who you got, guys?
Harrison's
gonna ragdoll.
Oh yeah, Harrison. I got Harrison.
By the 2nd round, KO, TKO, Harrison. Have you seen her pictures lately? Holy shit.
Well, you got to remember she's cutting a lot of weight to come down to 135. I want to see. I want
true.
to see what she looks like on the scales tomorrow. That's going to give me a definitive answer. Right now, I'm kind of up in the air because Holly Holm is no slouch, bro. If she can keep it the distance and keep her, keep her in her range,
keep her distance.
Yep.
Yeah, she can do something. She can do something. So
Well,
I'm not
bro,
completely sold on Kayla Harrison.
Harrison looks like 1993 Chris Jericho, WCW,
Jesus
Lionheart.
Christ.
So you're saying she looks like a guy?
Fucking
I don't know, man. I know you guys are going for Kayla Harrison on this one. I'm not 100% sold yet.
I might
want to see what she looks
change
like tomorrow.
my pick tomorrow depending on the weigh-ins. Depending how Harrison looks when she steps on that scale, because we all know how Holly's going to do it. I mean, Holly's a G on this weight class, so let's see.
Of course.
See.
And if Holly does win, it's going to be by decision. I wouldn't see like some crazy
knockout.
knockout.
No.
Unless
just think by a miracle head kick.
She might be able to get this chick tired and take her into deep waters.
Well,
maybe.
As long as Harrison doesn't have a concussion from falling down some steps.
All right.
Jesus.
So next up we got
that was what's her name? That was Rhonda's excuse.
Yeah. Next up we got Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. Calvin Kattar, 2-fight win losses against Aljo's last loss. Aljo's moving up in weight to fight Calvin Kattar, and Calvin Kattar's coming back off of a horrible leg injury. So who you got on this one, guys?
Sterling decision.
I got Kattar. I got Kattar.
You got Aljo? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Aljo. Good, I think Team Longo has been on a hot streak, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere soon. So I think
Longo, all of Longo's fighters on the last, not this last fight night, but the one before, they all won.
They all won. Bazooka. All right. So next up, we got Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Rakic. Yuri Prochazka is a plus 110 underdog against Rakic, minus 130 favorite. Kind of weird. They both lost their last fight. You know, Prochazka lost his last fight to Alex Pereira. He's the ex-champ, and he's the underdog here going up against Alexander Rakic, number 6 in the world, going up against number 2. Who you got on this one, guys?
I got Yuri.
I want Yuri to win too. He needs to get back in there.
I don't. I've never been impressed with Yuri Prochazka. I'll be the first one to say that. It took 5 rounds to take down an old man in Glover Teixeira. I think he's sloppy. I think his stand-up sloppy. Rakic is that guy's a killer, bro. That guy is a high-level elite kickboxer. I think he's going to touch up Prochazka and probably win this fight by decision. All right, moving on to the next one. Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage. And we're going to the next fight. No, I'm just kidding. Bo Nickel's at 5-0, minus 2,500.
Bo Nickel by decision.
And Cody Brundage has won his last 2 fights. He should have been out the door. He lost 3 fights in a row, and they came back, beat Jacob Malkoun, crazy. And then Zach Reese, plus 1,200. It'd be crazy. Just do what Shannon suggested. $20 on Brundage. Ain't going to hurt you. Yeah. But I got Bo Nickel winning this fight by submission, club and sub, second round.
I got Bo Nickel on a TKO.
Next up, we got Charlie O versus Arman Sarukian. Charles Oliveira, plus 185 underdog, going up against Arman Sarukian, minus 225 favorite. Number 2 versus number 6. Who you got?
Sarukian, round 2 KO.
I got Charles.
I like Do Bronx, but I'm going to have to go with Arman Sarukian. I really hope Charles wins, but I don't see it happening, bro. I don't.
And when he gets the plaque at the title, don't forget.
Round 2, man. KO.
You said whoever wins this fight fights for the title?
I'm going to give it a little more. Yeah, whoever wins this fight is going to fight for the title. And I'm going to give it, Charlie a little more respect. I don't think he's going to get finished right away, but I do think he's going to get finished, and it's probably going to be in the 3rd round.
Oh.
Next up, we got the main event for a lot of people. The bad motherfucker belt is on the line. No one has ever successfully defended that belt. That being said, Justin Gaethje plus he's a minus 210 underdog, plus 175 favorite underdog for Max Holloway. I think I said that wrong. Minus 210 favorite, plus 175 underdog for Max Holloway. Who you got on this one, guys?
Holloway. Yep.
I got Max by decision.
By decision, easy.
Better hands, better boxing, better chin.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know.
I don't know, man.
It's a long shot.
Gaethje, and we always say this when Gaethje fights, if Gaethje decides to use his wrestling, there's no doubt in my mind he's going to win. But we know he's not going to do that. He's going to go out on his shield.
He's gonna try to go for
I
it.
think he's not going to go out on his shield. He's going to get taken to a decision, and the bad motherfucker belt will change hands again. And next up, we got the co-main event, Weili Zhang versus Xiaonan Yan, minus 420 favorite, won her last 3 fights. The current champ going up against Xiaonan Yan, plus 320 underdog, won her last 2 fights. I already told you how I felt about this one. I think Zhang is going to win. She's going to ragdoll her. Dude. Yan got exposed by what's her name, Cookie Monster, Esparza.
Yep.
And and how long ago was that? That was 2 years ago. You really think that she's improved in 2 years? A stand-up, a ground game to the level of Weili Zhang? The answer is no.
Mm-hmm. Especially winning the last 2 fighters that she won against. I mean,
so how do you see this going?
Another level, bro.
Decision, finish, submission,
KO, 4th round.
Oh,
KO 4th round, bro.
Very bad KO.
I'm going Weili Zhang decision. Next up, we got the main event of the evening. Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill, the current light heavyweight champ against the old light heavyweight champ. Minus 150 favorite for Kama. Plus 125 underdog for Jamal Hill. Sweet dreams, Hill. Who you got on this one, guys?
Hill.
Jamal Hill.
Yep. I want to,
and still,
it would be so fucking amazing if Hill can win by KO in the 4th round.
I'm gonna say a 2nd round knockout.
Ooh, could be.
Alex always keeps his hands down by his waist.
He does. And when he gets hit,
he eats a lot of punches. If Jamal hits him, it's a different ball game.
It's done, dude. Jamal he is strong. This guy can knock you out easy,
and he has nothing to lose.
Nothing
to lose.
Oh,
if that dude will fist fight his own brother, he will knock the shit out of Alex Pereira.
I mean, I don't like the way Jamal Hill sticks his leg out. He sticks his leg out way too wide. He's going to get his leg kicked the shit out of. And I think he's going to walk into a left hook, and it's going to be lights out, game over. Jamal Hill is going to have some sweet dreams at UFC 300. That's my
Jamal Hill is going to give Alex Pereira
and get $300,000.
Nightmares.
It's possible.
Jamal Hill's going to have to change his nickname to Jamal.
We got that good shit down here in Florida, boy. Come on down here.
Sounds like you've been eating too many cicadas there, Roberto.
Probably, man. Jesus Christ.
But that wraps up our UFC 300 breakdown. Again, I love this poster. I can't wait to get my shirt.
Yeah, that was way better.
Shannon says, haha, on the poster, minus 300. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, so right on, guys. Well, that's our show for tonight, fellas.
Epic show.
Joey, thank you for jumping on, man. Really do appreciate it. Mark,
not a problem.
We love you, bro. We love you. You're a Canadian brother.
Yeah, I'm a joke.
I want some real. You got to send me some real ginger ale.
He makes it. So I guess not.
I don't make it.
Myself, so
he's got a warehouse in his backyard.
Canada Dry. That's kind of like your humor, Mark.
Fuck you.
Real.
All right. Well, shout out to Shannon. Thanks again, Shannon, for jumping on and being a fantastic and a badass guest.
Epic.
We had lots of fun. Yes, it was epic. Can't wait to have you back on. Thank you to everybody that's watching and or listening. Really do appreciate your support. Thank you for always jumping on the comments here in the comment section of our podcast. Really do appreciate it. And everybody that's watching or listening on X, thank you so much. That's where we're getting a lot of our views, which it's just amazing that we finally found a platform that
Elon.
we're streaming live. Yeah,
Rudy,
exactly.
Rudy, send me info about X.
Yeah. For all the latest news of all the combat sports around the world, go to fightbookmma.com. The website is just always busy around the clock, no matter what. Shout out to Anik Subramanian, always holding it down there for the PFL, and Emmett, uploading our interviews at PFL. Shout out to PFL because they're showing a lot of love to Fight Book MMA. So PFL, really do appreciate you, and all of the promotions that we work with. Thank you so much for how David says it. I can't really say how he does it, but from up north, Mark Abu Miller, down over there in the other side of the country, Mr. Joey in Florida, in the penis of America. And out there in Texas, Mr. Rudy Lara, and of course me here in New Mexico. Let's go. Watch the fights. Don't miss it. Have a good night. Peace out. Be safe.